So get this. I go to CVS Pharmacy last night. It's about 8 o'clock. Totally empty. All the lights are on. Nobody's in there except for me. I'm like, what is this, a prank or something, you know? I only needed a few items, a couple rolls of paper towels and duct tape. And I find it. I go to the cash register. There's no cashiers up there. It's just self-checkout lane. When did we start working at CVS Pharmacy? You know what I mean? They're going to have us stocking shelves pretty soon, giving out flu shots. We're not qualified to do that. I don't remember filling out an application, do you, or an interview? I don't. And so I self-checkout. I check those items out, and then they ask me if I want any bags. I go, no, but I take 10 bags, because that's what they owe me for all the work I just completed. And a cherry swizzle and a National Enquirer I took, too. And then I remembered I forgot toothpaste. So now I got to go find the toothpaste aisle. I can't find it anywhere. This guy comes in from outside. His customer, he comes up to me, he goes, do you work here? I said, yes, apparently so. He said, what time do you guys close? I said, I guess when I leave. He said, are you guys hiring? I said, yeah, you're hired. Tell me where the toothpaste is. Where do you keep the toothpaste? So I go to the toothpaste aisle. It's all locked up. They're locking up toothpaste behind the plexiglass. And I don't have a key to the lock. And there's no other employee around with a key. I'm the only one working last night. And I don't have a key. So I pick the lock with a toothpick. I take out my toothpaste. I'm out of there. But now here's my big concern. Was I supposed to show up to work tonight? I thought, yes. So I did show up to work tonight. And I'm actually on my break right now. And I gotta go soon. But do you see what's happening? We are being duped into working for these former employees at this company. We're not getting paid. You go to these burger joints now, it's the same thing. Build your own burger. No, you build my burger. I just built an omelet down at the cafe this morning. You build, I don't have a permit to build food. I'll go to IKEA if I want to work and build something. And you go to these concerts. At the concerts, you know, the bands make you work. You know, you got... No, guys, we're not in the band. We're not in the band. You didn't see us at the sound check earlier today, did you? No, we're not going to be in the tour bus later snorting coke off the toilet seat. No, it's not us. The worst one, oh my God, Amber Alert. No, we're not going to help you find some kid. That's your idea. You be the hero. We didn't sign up for that. I don't even know this kid you're talking about. I got stuff at my house I can't find. I don't call you, hey man, I can't find my car keys. The last time I saw them, they were on the counter. No, thank you. And they never tell you when they find a kid. I've been looking for a Jennifer for the last 20 years.
You guys have those like obnoxiously named overpriced doggy daycare places around here? Those dumb names. Do you guys have any? Yell them out. What's the names of the places? Dogtopia. I was in Boulder, Colorado. They had one called Bonjour. And it's like... I bring my dog to a place, $50 to bring her to hang out for the day. And then they text me like to guilt me into buying add-ons for her. They send me a picture of her, she's all sad. The other dogs are in the back like f***ing and drinking and smoking cigarettes. My dog... Dog's doing a keg stand. They text me, for $15, you could get your dog a compassionate CBD paw rub. I'm like, can you just make sure she doesn't eat? That's like really all we want. She doesn't need 12 minutes in the heated pool with a snuffle pad. Just please keep her out of traffic. That's all we want.
I don't like big tech. This is why I don't like big tech. I don't like them. I also don't like that they call themselves big tech. Right? It kind of sounds like they made up their own nickname. Like they switched high schools. They wanted to seem cool. Like we're doing roll call for American Industries, and we're like, okay, oil and gas, and they're like, here. I'm like, okay. Technology? They're like, it's tech. It's actually big tech. It's actually big tech has a girlfriend. It's big tech has 2 girlfriends, but we don't use labels. It's big tech. Tech is big and the biggest tech. So tech, big, tech, tech, tech. Okay, great. We got it. All right, and before we get started, is manufacturing here? And then the class is like, they moved.
I've been flying a lot, and I find the further you sit from first class, the worse you've done in your life. People in first class are doing wealthy people activities, reading the Wall Street Journal, watching golf on their iPads. By the time you get to basic economy where I sit, there's needles rolling around on the ground. People are shooting dice. It's a bad area back there. Near the bathrooms, you don't want to be there after dark. I hate the pilot on every flight now. I hate him. He always says the same thing. Buckle up, everybody. We're going to be encountering some rough air. Are we? Are we going to be encountering rough air, or are you going to be flying directly into it? Take some responsibility, dude. You know about the rough air because you're making this announcement. What do you say we jack this puppy up to 40,000 feet and fly, I don't know, above the rough air? Just a suggestion from basic economy. Guys, these aren't just airplane jokes. I take them personal. As a man who used to pretend to be a pilot on dating sites, I take these jokes very, very personal. If I was the pilot, I'd play it different. I'd let the turbulence happen, and then I come on, I go, I'm sorry about that, everybody. Someone did not set their phone to airplane mode. We almost died. We almost died, because one of you is a toxic narcissist. If I was the pilot, I'd let the turbulence happen, and then I'd come on, I go, I'm sorry about that, everybody. Full transparency, I fell asleep for 10 minutes. Kicked it over to the co-pilot, but he's got really bad ADHD. We've been following a bird for the past half hour. This guy doesn't get it. He shouldn't be up here.
Like, remember when you had to, like, go online? Now we just are online. Like, it used to be a thing you had to do. You went online. Now you just pull out your phone, you're on the internet. When I was in middle school, if you wanted to get online, you had to go on your family computer and hope no one was on the house phone. That was the only way to do it, which I always thought was funny, by the way, that, like, these people created an internet. Do you know how hard it is? And then they just got stumped by the house phone. Couldn't figure it out. They're saying, you're going to have to do it separately. We're exhausted. But you had to do that. You couldn't be on the phone and online at the same time. I remember being 12 years old, like, get off the phone. I need to change my AIM profile. I just broke up with my girlfriend of 2 days. Who knows the lyrics to Good Riddance by Green Day? It's crazy. There's obstacles now. You can't, like, I feel like people don't appreciate the luxury of free Wi-Fi in this day. Like, you can go on the internet on your phone for free. That's crazy to me. Like, if kids don't appreciate, like, how scary it was to be on your parents' phone plan in, like, 2008 and have a flip phone and accidentally go on the internet. Remember the internet button on a flip phone? Terrifying. I pressed that thing once and never again. After my dad got the phone bill, it was like, who went on the internet for 3.5 seconds? Now I have to sell the car. It's $80,000 a minute. I hope you're happy. Everything's so easy now, like getting online, music, like Apple Music, Spotify, so easy. Like, when I was in middle school, if you wanted music, you had to download it illegally onto your family computer from LimeWire. Yeah. And every time you download something from LimeWire, you gave your computer a little bit of herpes. Until one day the computer just stopped working, and you had to act like you didn't know why. You'd be like, why is the computer so slow? I don't know. What's a computer? I don't even... I'd be like 12 years old, just like, Dell sucks. I don't know.
This is really why I'm here. Of late, I have had the distinct feeling, and I know this is odd, that I am being stalked by a dance troupe. It is a Chinese dance troupe called Shenyun. And for the life of me, I cannot get away from their advertisements. Everywhere I turn, taxis, buses, the subway, I think they're putting them up as I walk down the street. Must see. Must see. Shenyun, what is your advertising budget? Limitless? I got a mailer at my home. I'm like, Shen Yun, how did you get my home address? Must see. If you see only one Chinese dance troupe this year, it'll probably be one more than you've seen in your entire life. But make it Shen Yun. Shen Yun, relax. If you're that good, I'll hear about it from a human being at some point. That's how word of mouth works. Comes across a little desperate. Shen Yun, must see. I'm starting to think that's literal. It's like a ransom situation. Like I have to see, must see. We've got a member of your family if you ever want to see them again. I'm like, all right, Shen Yun, I'm willing to negotiate at this point. What will it? I'm willing to do anything except see your show to make this stop.
I now feel if you want to feel generally positive about the current state of the United States of America on a global cultural scale, what you need to do is you need to watch 90 Day Fiancé on TLC, because you watch that shit and you realize America must be doing something right, dude. Because people all around this world are lining up, doing whatever it takes, throwing it all the way just for the chance to make it somewhere in the Midwest. They don't give a where they end up, dude. They'll do anything, up to and including marrying the biggest jabroni in the state of Ohio, gladly. They'll interview this guy on there. He's like, yeah, my name's Jason. I'm a 35-year-old dodgeball coach. And ever since my mom kicked me out, I've been looking for Miss Right, you know, like the type of woman that knows how to load the dishwasher and keep her mouth shut during Buckeyes games, that type of thing, right? And you're listening like, I don't like your chances, Jason. You don't seem like much of a catch to me. Then they cut to some beautiful girl in Estonia or somewhere like that, just like, Jason is man of my dreams. I often fantasize about being with him and eating hamburger helper off of paper plate. In the Shangri-La known as Dayton, Ohio. Dying to get over here. Then they get over here and their eyes are filled with wonder, you know, like Jason takes that same girl to like an Olive Garden in a Dayton strip mall or something. And she's just sitting there like, oh, this spaghetti for one person? It's like, yeah, that's how we do. Land of plenty, baby, USA. I don't know, makes me feel better. Makes me feel worse at the same time, but it also makes me feel better.
Apologize. So I've been going down to Ocean City, New Jersey a lot, and they had this issue where this is a real thing. Seagulls were dive bombing people on the boardwalk, and they were knocking food out of their hands and knocking hats off ladies' heads. So the local government in Ocean City, New Jersey, their solution to this, after much deliberation, was to hire a birds of prey company to release hawks into the air to go to war with the seabirds? What the f***? That was your solution? And one of my favorite things to witness in life is this thing that I call the I f***ed up at work walk, where you messed up at your job and you have to tell your boss, and you're not going to get fired, but he's going to be a real piece of about it. So you're kind of just trudging, you know, the way you're bummed out. And I saw a guy doing that on the boardwalk, and I will paint a colorful description as to what this man looked like. In his one hand, he had a little hood. How little? You might be wondering? A hood so little it would fit perfectly on a hawk's head. And on his other hand, he had a big, scary, thick leather glove going up to his shoulder. And this next part, I feel like I actually don't have to say because you're probably already picturing it in your head, but just in case I'm missing some people, long gray ponytail down his back. You saw it? We saw it. We all saw it. And this guy's trudging. And he goes up to his boss, who looked exactly like him, except his long gray ponytail was like 6 inches longer, you know, to show rank. Excuse me. And our first guy, he goes up to his boss and goes, I messed up! And his boss goes, what happened? And he goes, I lost a bird! And his boss goes, how do you lose a bird? And I go, may I interject? It's a bird. I would imagine, is it the wings? Did it use its wings? Its God-given wings? Oh, okay, it flew away, you idiot. That's how... I'm not a business expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I would imagine part of the risk assessment when you open up a hawk company. Some of them are gonna fly away. They're gonna fly away. Hey, you lose a bird. Oh my God, it hit me over the head with a fish, stole my iPhone, hailed an Uber, and drove away.
I just prefer areas where there's fewer guns. I think you get more fun tough guys there. I went to London, England. And in London, they have no guns. And anyone there could be a tough guy. You could get your ass kicked by a guy with an umbrella and a bowler hat. It might happen. I was there with 8 other Americans. We were there for a work trip. And at the end of the week, to celebrate, we went on a pub crawl. And towards the end of the pub crawl, this tiny little, very drunk British guy had latched onto our group. And at first it was fun, but towards the end of the night, it was clear that he wasn't really picking up on any verbal cues, and he wouldn't stop hassling a couple of the women we were with. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go talk to him. I'll let him know his night's over. I'm a big guy. There's 9 of us. I'll handle it. So I walked over to him and I looked down. And I said, hey, buddy, I think you've had enough to drink. I think it might be time for you to go home. And he looked up at me and he said, oi, what's that, Porky? I think it's time for you to kiss my ass. And it hurt because I'd never been cussed at in that accent before. I was like, oh, that's how Paddington talks. But I collected myself, right? I was like, I don't think you heard me. I said it's time for you to go home. And he said, I don't think you heard me. It's time for you to kiss my ass. And that gave me pause. I was like, why is this guy so confident? I know he doesn't have a gun, but is Harry Potter real? Is magic real? Do they still have swords over here? Maybe I misread the situation. Maybe this guy about to pull a sword on me, right? I don't have a sword. And I didn't want to fight anyway, so I was like, hey, buddy, we're not looking for trouble. And he cut me off. He said, oh, you found trouble, mate. It sounded so cool. For a second, I was like, oh, someone's going to get their ass kicked. Oh, no, it's me. I'm the one. And then he said, right, I'll sort out all 9 of you then. And he took his hand and he reached it into the waistband of his pants. And when he did that, my heart caught in my throat. Because I'm an American. When someone does that here, it means they have a gun. And you've misread the situation drastically. And I thought it was very scary. Also, I thought it was a little bit funny. Even in that moment. Because I was like, you're gonna get shot in London? Flying all the way over here? We make the finest artisanal gun violence in the world back home. This is like a French guy trying champagne for the first time in Madison, Wisconsin. What's going on? But I was terrified. And you learn who you are in those moments. And I was not happy to find out who I am because I looked around at my friends and I swear to God, I thought, boy, I hope he shoots one of them first. That's what I thought, because it's still England. Once he gets one shot off, it's gonna like take him a while to reload. Like. But then, he pulled his hand out of his pants. And he was not holding a gun, but he was holding. And I need you to know that sometimes comedians make stuff up, but this is 100% true. He pulled out a completely full pint of beer. And he'd been moving around. He was active. Not a drop spilled. There's not information I'm not sharing with you, okay? He pulled, maybe his is like a monkey tail. He can hold stuff with it. I don't know. But he was holding this beer and he said, "Shall we?" And then he drank the entire thing in one gulp, took the glass and threw it against the wall of the pub, and then started walking towards me and my friends like this. And the 9 of us took off in 9 different directions so fast. It was like he pulled a machine gun. And that's the kind of tough guy we don't have enough of in this country.
I flew in this afternoon, stole a muffin at the airport. Hey, kleptomaniac right off the top. I love that. Is there anything better than stealing at the airport? To commit petty crime and then just escape into the sky. Incredible. I stole a muffin in Kentucky, immediately took to the air, consumed the crime. Perfect. You're not going to believe this. On the plane, there was a second criminal. His crime was he tried to vape in the bathroom, set off every alarm on the plane. Everyone thought, oh no, we're going to die. We all thought the plane was going down. And then this guy came out of the bathroom in this like cloud. And he's like, oh, and then he like took a seat and just was like looking around like, oh, what did somebody else do? There's like a grape smoke leading to his face. And then the flight attendant was like, sir, you know, you don't just get to like live your life now. Which I thought that was awesome. Southwest, man, they got bits, but they got burns too. Two sides of that coin. They'll hurt you if they feel they must. And then that guy just had an awful flight. He was rerouted to jail in front of 200 new enemies because we hated him. He he made us think we were gonna die. I thought my family was gonna die. I thought my wife and my daughter were gonna die. And my wife didn't even try to say goodbye. She was like hugging our daughter, and then I like tried to get in on that, and she didn't really make space. I hate that guy, man. He like revealed flaws in my marriage with his vape smoke. Like a movie heist where they like show the lasers when you smoke the thing. Like the vape cloud came out and I saw my wife for what she really is. Oh, that woman, she's selfish. How did I not see this before? I know now. Yeah. And so does 800-pound gorilla and their YouTube channel. Yeah.
But let me offer you some advice that I wish someone had offered me before I had children, because I didn't know this, which is this. When you're traveling with your family, when you have children and you travel with said children through the airport, you can be randomly selected by TSA, who will suddenly decide to start peppering your children with questions to make sure that you are not kidnapping them. How fun's that? And I didn't know this was even a thing until it happened to my little family at Denver International Airport. We're traveling through the airport, ready to go. To give you an idea of my son Malcolm's desire to talk to strangers that day, let me explain to you his outfit. He was wearing headphones, not plugged into anything at all, fingerless gloves, and winter boots on a 95-degree day. I ask you, is that the outfit of a 3-year-old who'd like to dialogue with a stranger? I'd argue not. And yet, nevertheless, We're passing through security, and suddenly a TSA guy is in Malcolm's face. And he's just like, hey, son, what's your name? And Malcolm's like, Malcolm? He goes, okay, good. Is that your brother over there? He goes, yeah. He goes, what's your brother's name? He goes, Ellis. He goes, okay. Are those your parents? And Malcolm goes, I think so. Can you think of a worse answer than I think so? No is actually a better answer. No is like, it's an uncle, it's a godparent, produce some paperwork, get to the bottom of it. But I think so. That's what they've been telling me since they took me from the campsite 4 days ago. And when I say otherwise, they hit me so very hard. So I think so. And we were like, Malcolm, tell that dude where your parents, what are you doing? Tell him, where are your parents? And the guy's like, son, I'm gonna ask you one more time, and this is very important. Are those two your parents? And Malcolm goes, uh-huh. Like clearly under duress. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And then they just let us through because they're TSA and they're inept. TSA is like, hey, what if we took the crew of a Times Square McDonald's, put them in charge of global security? What's everybody think? Good idea or not? We get through the x-ray machine miraculously. I'm retrieving my bag, and this other dad who was in line, he came up to me and he goes, I'm not gonna lie, dude, that made me nervous. I go, made you nervous? If I don't get these two to Reno by Tuesday, I'm out $150K. That's my year, bud. That's my year. The exception to the rule of Malcolm's shyness is women. He likes talking to women. In fact, he'll only talk to women, which I so get. Men are the worst. If I had the option of never talking to a man again my entire life, I would take that option. But men keep talking to me, and it feels rude not to respond, so I have to engage. My son, he's under no such societal constraints. He can talk to whoever he wants to talk to, and he's decided that's only going to be women. So the other day, we were at the park, and we were playing Delivery Guys, because my son will only play working class games. Yeah. Delivery Guys, firefighters, EMTs, construction workers. Some lets me know he doesn't respect what I do for a living at all. So we're playing Delivery Guys, and a woman comes running through the park, right where we're playing. She's got earbuds on, she's jogging, she's minding her own business, and my son Malcolm, he just goes, hey, you! Yeah, like real Delivery Guy energy, you know? Just cat calls her, hey, you! And she stops and takes her earbuds out. She's like, yeah, yes? He goes, we're Delivery Guys. She goes, oh, yeah? He goes, yeah, my brother, my dad, me, we're Delivery Guys. And she goes, well, what are you delivering? And he goes, we're on a break. Like, I'm not pretending to know my son's eventual sexual preference. But if he ever decides that it is, in fact, women, he's already gaslighting at a high school level. Once he figures out that women love it when you tell him to smile more, he's gonna crush. And I can feel a lot of women in the room not liking where that joke went. But I set up the joke by saying men are the worst, and then I ended the joke by giving an example of men being the worst. So I ask you, is it the joke that you don't like, or do you just hate foreshadowing?
I'm from 1980. I've slowly time traveled here in an unimpressive but achievable manner. The tail end of Generation X. For a hot minute, all the 1980 kids really tried to pull a fast one on America. And they were like, actually, we're neither Gen X nor millennial. We're something in between. Call us gazillennials. Here's 35 think pieces to try to convince you. And I was like, I was like, shut up, you're embarrassing all of us. We got stuck on the uncool train, you cannot hop off. You're Gen X, deal with it. Yes, and the younger Gen X people don't understand some of the things about the older Gen X generation, like Elvis Costello, but like, that doesn't make you your own generation. And if there's something I believe in more than anything in this country, it's the generation, like designating and criticizing generations. That's what this country was built on. That's an important industry in this country. It employs tens of thousands of people. Generational science, of course. As a generational researcher, I have many things to say about the topic. If you're following generation science, as I like to call it right now, they have a controversy. You look at a Wikipedia page of any generation, they don't know what to call the next ones. They had Gen X, they had Gen Y, now they're at Gen Z. They're the ones growing up and showing up places, and now they're like, what do we call the next people? What could possibly come after Generation Z? We're at the end. I suppose we could round the horn and go to AA or something. Reset the system. My God, who could have foreseen it? Why did you start the countdown at the third to last letter of the alphabet? You had 23 other options to enter. I know the answer to that. The answer to that is Generation X was the first generation of people that had to be shamed en masse. Before that, all the generations were just compliments. They are the greatest generation. Well, they're the silent generation. These ones, they're the baby boom. Bop, bop, baby boom. We're just babies. We f everything up, but we're babies. I'm a 75-year-old baby that owns everything. It's not my fault. Generation X was the first group of children where they were like, get rid of, these kids suck. Boo, X. There was an infamous cover of a Newsweek magazine where there was a baby in front of a television, like the movie Poltergeist. They were like, look at this poor, stupid child watching TV at home. Yes, you bought it, Dad. They're watching music television. Was it gonna always only ever be the McLaughlin group? I want to know who are the designated jackasses at Newsweek magazine whose job it is to criticize a generation every 30 or 40 years. Is it an editorial board, or is it like one old monstrous crypt keeper nightmare monster who's like underneath the Newsweek magazine building, frozen, and then they just unfreeze him every few decades. I have been summoned. That means the new cohorts must be shamed. Bring me one of these children. Yes, yes, yes. The new one. Young, so very young. Lazy. Yes, yes. These ones do not appreciate the value of hard work, do they? It's their fault. The housing market has plateaued. Yeah. Make sure she has nothing. But just to clarify, I'm in agreement with those people.
I'm pretty close to my son. My son and I bond. My son and I watched a lot of football together. That's how we got close. That's how a lot of men process emotions. We watch sports. Because the sports are up on the screen safely. That's where the emotions are. You're sitting on the couch. And you can almost like live vicariously through what's happening on that screen. Almost becomes like a metaphor for what's happening with you. Like I remember watching a football game this year, and we're on the couch. I'm like, wow, seems like Russell Wilson's having a hard time lately, huh? And he's like, yeah, I think Russell Wilson is having a hard time lately. I said, well, what do you think is going on with him? He goes, well, honestly, I just feel like the coach is pushing him too hard. He's just on his back all the time, and he just won't let... Well, that's probably because the coach sees how much potential Russell has. And he feels like it's his job to help him reach that full potential. Well, he should back off. It's too much. Well, you know, Russell's a free agent next year, and then I guess he can figure out where he's going to get his own money from. Dad, yes, son? I think Russell Wilson might be gay. All right, let's watch some hockey. Here we go.
There's a lot of rules now, right? You can't do a lot of stuff. But the one thing I won't do is I won't guess gender. I just don't do it. I go, hey, when I was younger, I used to go, hey, you, and my mom would go, that is rude. Turns out it's the most woke thing you could ever say. Who knew construction workers have been ahead of the game this entire time? I was in San Francisco getting a coffee one time, and I walked in, and the person working had a name tag on, and it said Eric, and Eric had a beard. I don't pretend to know where Eric's life started, but that dude, I'm pretty sure he was a dude, right? And so I said, hey, Eric, can I get a coffee? And he goes, no problem. And I said, all right, just 1 pump of vanilla, please. And he goes, yep. And then he turned around and put 4 pumps of vanilla in it. And I go, that's going to be too much vanilla. I'm going to be eating Little Debbie zebra rolls with that coffee, and that's too sweet. So I was going to say, excuse me, sir, but instead of saying sir, I freaked out and held the S, trying to think of something else that started with S till I ran out of breath. I was like, excuse me, I'm a snake. And then I left without my coffee. I'm gonna retell that story in 3 chunks. Paid for coffee, told another person I was a snake, then I left without my coffee. And my friend waiting outside was like, where's your coffee? And I was like, snakes don't have hands, idiot! I was so embarrassed I held on to the lie for 2 more blocks.
I think a lot of it is society's fault. By the way, can I recommend the next time you're worried about a personal flaw, just blame society. It feels good, because not only do you get to seem like clever and insightful, you also just get away with whatever's wrong with you. I think you'll find it's society's fault my house smells like this. Good day.
All right, I've been up here for a while. I better get to it. I know why you guys came. Let's talk about Walgreens. It's an important issue. It's a complex issue, but there's a lot of sides, you know. I mean, on one hand, you got to give it up. There are a lot of Walgreens. Like, there's several Walgreens. I mean, you're always close. I mean, it's very convenient. Also, they're open late. But I've noticed after about 9 o'clock, they're just kind of open. You ever walk into Walgreens like 11:30 and the lights are on and the doors are unlocked and there's not one human being visible? It's upsetting. It feels like something horrible happened right before I got there. Like, what, did a cheetah get loose in here or something? Did CVS attack him? Eventually you'll hear, I'm back here. Well, don't be, okay? Be up here. You're a business. You're supposed to have an up here guy at all times. That's what sets you apart from an abandoned warehouse, Walgreens. Also, when you said I'm back here, you startled me. I'm too old to ever want to be startled again, especially in an empty Walgreens in the middle of the night. Next time, maybe you could just jump out from behind the Pringles in a hockey goalie mask. That'll be fun. If you need something done back there so bad, why don't you just hire another guy? Right now, you have exactly one more employee than a vending machine. It's not a good look. You're the number 27 company in the Fortune 500, and you have one guy. There's a lemonade stand in my neighborhood, 2 girls. They have double the employees as Walgreens. And listen, like, if you're working anywhere now, at Walgreens, anywhere, thank you. I mean, I appreciate you working. But let's face it, if you're the late night worker at Walgreens, you're not first string. Like, you're not their best guy, okay? And you're a little weird. That's why they put you on nights. And they know that. That's why they shouldn't make you do stuff back there. They should give you 2 simple jobs. Number 1, stand next to the register. Number 2, wear some article of clothing that says the word Walgreens on it. Because when I walk in, I want to know you're the guy that works at Walgreens, not the guy that just shot the guy that works at Walgreens. Another thing, if you're a thief, if anybody in here is like a shoplifter, or you steal, I mean, I can see a couple of you. I can see it. I wasn't gonna call you out, sir, but I mean, if you're a thief and you go to Walgreens at 11:30 at night and there's not one human being visible, take a couple of things. Like, just take some stuff. That's how we're gonna get a permanent up here guy. Is if you dirtbags start stealing late. They will staff up. Now listen to me. Stealing is wrong. It's bad. If you don't steal, don't start. I'm just saying, if you happen to steal from Walgreens during the day, could you go a little bit later? Like that, it's gonna be better for you. You're gonna get way more stuff, honestly. It's trick or treat in there after 11, like nobody's watching. And if you get in trouble, you're fine. Go in front of the judge and say, Your Honor, I walked in, there was not one human being visible. How was I supposed to know it was a store? It felt more like a place where you just take stuff. You know that take a penny, leave a penny thing? It felt like that, except for you take a lot of stuff and you leave it. You leave. You just leave. You leave. They're not good at night. I mean, they're better during the day. They're not killing it, but they're better. They're better. You go during the day, there's gonna be an up here guy. Okay, there's gonna be somebody next to the register, but one somebody. Okay, that line could get to like 7 people, still one. It's got to get to like 11, then they go, Chuck, we need you to come up front. Wait a minute, you had an extra guy back there the whole time? Now I'm angry. Okay, Chuck, when you do go up front, I better see you hustle. Okay, you better sprint to the front, and when you get up there, you better act like you're sorry for what you did to everybody in this line. Just get right to work. Scan, no chit-chat. Scan, no chit-chat. Matter of fact, if you're a customer at Walgreens and you get to the front of the line, no chit-chat from you either. You can talk to the cashier, but business conversation only. This goes mostly for you old guys, okay? I know that's the highlight of your day, sir. I know you've been waiting to get in there all morning and chat it up with the cashier. But we don't want to hear it, right? You think we're going to get in the rain tonight, literally? Shut up, old man. Shut up, we're not retired back here. Just get to your business talk. We know you have business talk because there's never been one old guy that got to the front of the line at Walgreens and did not have some sort of a price discrepancy. Every time. $1.25 for a Snicker bar. The circular said 18 cents. The circular? The circular from 1756 might have said that price, sir. Also, when you walk into Walgreens, they have shopping carts. No. I have met your employees, and they cannot handle that kind of volume, right? Like I have seen them struggle with 2 items. Now we're gonna encourage people to get 54. That's a bad idea. Everybody in this room knows the unwritten rule at Walgreens, whatever you can hold in your hand, that's how much you can buy. If you need more, you turn around, you go to Target. That's a Target trip. You don't bring a Target trip to Walgreens. And God forbid an old person gets their hands on one of those carts, they'll have to shut it down. Sorry guys, Walgreens is closed. Mort got a cart. Now listen, I think you guys are looking at me like, well, this guy hates Walgreens. I don't. I love Walgreens. That's why I'm so hard on them. I mean, that's my pharmacy. I've been going to the same Walgreens my whole life, and I think they're good. I think they're better than CVS. Close, but I think they're better than CVS. And you guys are probably like, wait a minute, Greg. You said Walgreens has 1 employee. How could they be better than CVS? CVS has 1 employee for every 5 stores. That's how they do it. So, where's the checker? He's in Chillicothe right now. Like, he's just not... He'll just wait. He'll be here. Show some patience. No, hey, listen, when I'm talking about Walgreens, I'm not talking about the pharmacy. I'm talking about regular Walgreens. Like, I don't think that's the same company. Like, I bet you the regular Walgreens workers are not allowed to talk to the pharmacy people. Like, yeah, don't look at them, they're better than us. Don't look at them. I bet you every now and then the regular Walgreens manager tries to go in and tell the pharmacy people to do something like, hey guys, I was thinking today, maybe shut up, Ted, you got no jurisdiction here. Go sell pretzels, we're gonna heal the sick. I mean, Walgreens has good stuff. I mean it. Like, they're open on Christmas 24 hours. I have never missed one Christmas at Walgreens. Like, Greg, did you go to midnight mass? No, I went to 11:30 Walgreens. Here's what I do, okay? I have a tradition. Every Christmas Eve, I wrap gifts, and I get sick of it real quick. And I go to Walgreens, and I buy a bunch of those holiday gift bags. You know what I'm talking about? It's their perfect way to say, hey, I want to spend money on you, but not time or effort, okay? Here's what I'm going to do with your gift. I'm going to throw it in a bag. I'm going to crinkle up some garbage and put it on top so we can't see what's in there for 13 seconds, and then we're going to pretend like I wrapped that gift. That gift is about as wrapped as bubblegum under a desk. It's not wrapped. My dad uses holiday gift bags, sorta. When he buys your gift at the store, they put it in a bag, and that's what you're getting on Christmas morning. And it's going to have a couple of his items in the bottom that he forgot to take out. You're like, oh, foot powder, Dad, thanks. Give me that. My grandma, Nano was the greatest gift wrapper in history. She wrapped our gifts in maps. Isn't that cool? Like, yeah, I wish I would have saved them. My grandma worked for the Defense Department in mapping. She did, and she would bring these maps home from the office. I don't know if she was supposed to do that, but she did, and it was great because I was like, oh, your grandma has wrapping paper with Snoopy's and Santa Clauses? That's cute. My grandma trusted me with strategic bombing locations in mainland China.
It is cool. My wife's a black woman. She can say, like, whatever she wants. Total freedom of speech. It's awesome. She'll drag me into conversations where I have to be like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but white guys are kind of on house arrest right now. You go ahead. Yeah, black women can say whatever they want, except for Whoopi Goldberg for some reason. They're on Whoopi's ass, man. It annoys me. She would apologize recently for using the word gypped. Yeah, she would apologize to the American gypsy community. She had to burn 30 seconds of primetime TV to say sorry to 4 toothless carnies. Just some guy fixing a ring toss, like, better take it back. No, man, my wife will just, like, drag me into these conversations where I'm like, I don't know how to respond, man. It's like I invited her on a double date not too long ago, and it was like a kind of a weird situation. It was my friend, he's a white guy, who just started dating this black chick, which, first of all, I'm kind of like, that's my thing. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. And then And it's like, you don't want to go on a double interracial date. Single date's perfect, because like you guys, like, we're saving the world, we're so tolerant. Once you're in like a double interracial date, now you're like enthusiasts or something. It's you're swirling a glass like we like what we like. You know, it's weird. But I told my wife the situation. I'm like, come on, man, we should go. You know, we haven't been doing anything. Let's go on the date. My wife was like, what kind of black is she? It's like, level 2. I don't fucking know, man. I can't possibly answer this. I learn about a lot of white stereotypes too. Being with, I hear stuff I'm not supposed to hear. There's a lot of weirdly specific stereotypes about white people you guys probably have no idea about. I always like walk in on conversations where I hear them and I'm kind of like, I just opened my door. I walked in on one recently. I opened my door. My wife was talking to her aunt on speakerphone. It's a cultural thing. And I opened my door. I opened my door. It's a custom. Be respectful. And I just opened the door to her aunt being like, you know, white people don't care about their grandparents. And I was like, ah, damn it, dude. That one's true. That hurts. I didn't know anyone knew about that. How the hell did they know? It's true. My mom calls me every like 5 months. She's like, you know your great aunt Bridie died. And I'm like, Mom, do I? She's like, you have to go. I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. I have to go literally ID the body at the funeral. I go and I'm like, oh, that lady. I hate funerals. Then you have to like try to like talk to a dead person in your head. It's always, I just panic. I don't know what to say. I just rattle off some Ice-T would say on NCIS. I'm like, crime doesn't pay, you punk. And I just walk. But yeah, so it's fun though, man. It's cool, you know, being in a relationship like that. I get like, having a black wife is a confidence booster sometimes. Certain situations, it like, dude, like customer service disputes. Bro. Black ladies are like the Navy SEALs of customer service, dude. It's crazy. I'm first wave, I'm the scout. I go up, I'm like, hey, I noticed our flight's delayed. Do you know how long that's gonna be by chance? I'm like, sir, shut the f up, dude. Sit the f down. I'm like, all right. I always give him another chance. I'm like, are you sure? You'll never guess who's following me up, dude. I just tell, I'm like, it was that lady right there. She comes back 5 minutes later with like a $50 gift card. She's like, we're taking off, throw it on the pile. Yeah, it's not all fun and games, man. We do deal with stuff. We still have a race problem in this country, you know? A lot of perceptual stuff, you know? Like, there's just, like, sometimes you will just be looked at differently, and you know, it is what it is. Like, here's the thing. I bought us a pair of matching sweatpants from Walmart. I thought it'd be funny. It's not. Nobody likes it, but they're these, like, patterned, weird-looking sweatpants, and, like, we still have them. So sometimes, like, laundry just works out the way where we're just out of stuff, and we both wear them. We don't even think about it. We'll be out like running errands in our matching sweatpants. And we'll be like arguing in the electronics department at a Target. And I'll see the people looking at us who work there. And I know they're thinking we're one of those crackhead couples. I know what they're thinking. They think, you know, those couples that like walk along the side of the highway together? Just visibly bound in failure for all to see. Just, you know, those guys? They always make me laugh. I'm like, why the highway? What the hell? Checking Google Maps, like I said, it's going to take 5 days and 4 hours. We're going to take the turnpike. Come on. I love those guys. It's like the heroin Oregon Trail. You see them out there, you're like, God damn. Prospectors. You see their sweatpants catch the wind. You're like, oh my God, it's beautiful. Yeah, we argue. It sucks. I hate arguing with my wife. I wish we didn't, but we do. We've been together for so long, it's like embarrassing at this point, you know? Because we don't even have anything to argue about. Our arguments are like, they're like abstract. They're like philosophical battles at this point. They don't even, it's like, my house is like ancient Greece, dude, when we argue. Like my wife, it's like stupid stuff. Like I'll be downstairs, she's like, hey, make sure you load the dishwasher before you go to bed tonight. And my brain does that thing where it's like delete. Control Alt Delete. I don't do it on purpose. My mind's just like, this other thing's more important, and I hate that I do that. But then the next morning, it all crashes down on me. She's like, why didn't you load the dishwasher? And I'm like, I forgot. She's like, how did you forget? I'm like, you want me to explain the absence of thought? It's a logical fallacy, and I won't. We argue over the toilet seat. That's so embarrassing. I hate that, man. Just so stupid and cliche that, But yeah, she all the time. And dude, I'll put it down. I don't care. I'll put it down. Sometimes I forget. And I'm like, all I'm asking you is just fucking gently lower it. Don't slam it like an asshole. Just put it down. It's not the end of the world. And I'm like, what's the worst thing that could happen by it being up? She's like, I could fall in there at nighttime. Like, what do you run to the bathroom ass first and jump? What the f? So now I do. I put it down every time, but I also put that little one too. I put that down like f you. I drop that down, and I pee on it a little. You can't win arguments with women, man. They'll just destroy you. It's their game. You think you win, they'll wait like 3 weeks and just f***ing lance you. It'll be 3 weeks later, and she'll be like, what's up with your teeth? What do you mean? She's like, oh, never mind. I'm like, what the f***? They'll get you with their celebrity crushes. That hurts, man. Stop doing that, man. That hurts us. We were watching the movie Fury. Did you ever see Fury? World War II movie, Brad Pitt, Army tanks, awesome movie. We're having a good time. We're enjoying it. Halfway through, Brad Pitt pops out of an army tank. He just won a battle. He's like, yeah. His shirt's ripped. I'm like, yeah, how does a shirt get ripped inside of a tank? But I'm not ruining it for us. I'm quiet. He pops out of the tank. You can see his stomach. My wife didn't even say anything. She just went, Now I'm watching a whole different movie. I'm rooting for the Nazis now. I'm Googling shit. I'm like, yeah, the economy was pretty f***ed up. No one wants to talk about it.
I think that horseback riding is quite overly descriptive for that activity. Because why do we have the word back in there? Like, you've all seen a horse before. Everyone picture a horse right now. Where else are you going to ride it? What other option is there? You're grabbing the tail and doing a little land ski? I guarantee you anyone who's ever tried to horse front ride has died. Cause of death, horse. What do you want to do this weekend? Oh, let's go horseback riding. Great, how are we going to get there? It's pretty far away. I guess we'll have to car inside drive. In England, where they know a thing or two about the English language, they call it horse riding. And if someone came to you and they said, hey, last weekend I went horse riding, you wouldn't be like, how? Can you be more specific? How were you arranged on this beast? Were you on top or was it a belly-to-belly type of thing? I need a visual.
My wife, thinking I'm funny, that was a huge part of me ending up with her because I had so many issues trying to find a woman that I felt really appreciated my sense of humor. Because when you hear it growing up, women love a guy with a good sense of humor. Is that true, ladies? Is that attractive if a guy can make you laugh? Hear that, fellas? Do you hear that? That's what a lie sounds like. Okay, so just know it. I just helped you out right there. If you're looking for a tell, I just gave you one. They think they mean it. They don't. When I was in college, I used to get Maxim magazine, okay? And every time I get it, I'd flip to the middle, and they'd have some beautiful celebrity laying there, and they'd be like, Scarlett Johansson, what do you look for in a guy? And she'd be like, he could be fat and stupid and poor, as long as he makes me laugh. Just stop it, okay? Being funny never helped me get the first date, you know? Like anytime I ever tried to use my sense of humor to impress a girl, it backfired. January of 2005. I will never forget this day for as long as I live. I'm walking through a mall. Very attractive woman in front of Victoria's Secret stops me when I'm walking by. She's like, "Excuse me, sir. Hi. Are you shopping for a wife or a girlfriend today?" And I was like, "No, why?" And she goes, "We're having an after Christmas sale, and all our bras are 50% off." So I say, "I like when your bras are 100% off." Right? I mean, that quick, man. I was as proud as I've ever been in my life. Not because it's that funny, but the timing was impeccable, and she didn't get it. She didn't even get it. She's like, 100%. Then they'd be free. Well, that's one way of putting it. You know what? You're right. At that point, they would, in fact, be free. Which is back-to-back jacks where I come from. But that just got her even more confused. She's like, "Okay, hang on a second. Stephanie? Steph? I'm sorry, I'm just gonna run this by my manager. Like, I just started last week. Maybe there's a deal they haven't told me about where you get one." She's coming. Okay, this is my manager, Stephanie. Hi. Steph, this gentleman said that he thinks our bras should be 100% off. Does that? And the other girl was like, "Did he say that? Sir. This is my new employee. Don't mess with her." Then we wouldn't make any money. And I was like, "Well, I think you're wrong there too. But listen, I digress." There's a moral to that story. It's very subtle. I don't know if you picked it up. But sometimes you got to do it for the story. Okay? If I was really trying to get a date out of that, maybe I would have played my cards a little better. But I said what I wanted to say, and at the very worst, I had an awesome story to tell you about it. And that's what I say to everybody. Do what makes a better story for you. All right? There'll be times in life where I'm like, I shouldn't do this. But I know 250 people in Sarasota that might want to hear about it if I do. And I do it for you. Okay? Yeah.
The thing is, like, people still, no matter how crazy it is in New York, people still want to come to New York. They still want to come. People dream of coming to New York. They always tell me it's my dream of going to New York City. And we know why. New Yorkers, we know why. You want something crazy to happen. You want to see something wild. You want your weird New York story. I always tell them, come. It'll happen. We aim to please. The homeless will always provide. I'm sorry, the unhoused. Cupcake? Cupcake? I don't know. I realized that that's our PC term now, is unhoused. And look, I was an English major in college. I'm down to play with language. Let's do this. But we can talk about unhoused, can't we? It's goofy. I'll tell you why. Number one, that's the same word. You can't convince me otherwise. I have a thesaurus. You ain't gonna lie to me. And two, it sounds worse. Right? Homelessness sounds like a situation that could not have been prevented. Unhoused sounds like somebody just rolled up on them and was like, "I'll be taking this. And no more house for you." The second I heard it, I was like, what an elitist, privileged way of describing a situation, right? Right, you can hear it right away. Did you hear about Janice? She was recently unhoused. That's the kind of word that is only used to make the speaker of said word feel better about acknowledging a situation they know nothing about. It just makes them uncomfortable to acknowledge it, so they created a word as a buffer, but there's no progress in that word. There is no help in that word. And if you've ever lived in that situation, then there are a bunch of words you would have used instead of that word. Like, I was shocked. I was like, nobody thought of nomad? That's my first choice. Can you imagine you roll up on a homeless person? What up, my nomadic brother? Way to stay off the grid, man. I, too, am anti-establishment. Some of the words, honestly, some of the changes, I'm okay with. You know what I mean? Some of the changes I think are pretty brilliant. I know a lot of people are upset with all the PC language, but I find it kind of entertaining. Like, did you know on social media now, they're calling smoking weed gardening? I love it. Oh, it makes me sound so much more productive. I've been gardening all day. Gardening helps me deal with people.
I was raised Jewish in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, or so I thought. Then I moved to New York. Maybe I was raised Protestant because... Yeah, everyone here is more Jewish than I am. Everybody. My Puerto Rican neighbor knows more about Judaism than I do. Yeah, he'll come up to me and be like, Shabbat Shalom, Ophira, and I'm like, okay, thank you. Because I have nothing more to say on this one. And I'm not from a stereotypical Jewish family in the sense that we were not rich Jews. I didn't even get the good end of the stereotype. Not rich Jews. We were very working class Jews. You know, we mowed our own lawns. We painted our own houses. We fixed our own cars. There's Sephardic Jews. There's Ashkenazi Jews. I'm from a very small sect called the DIY Jews. We are the DIY Jews. We are the Jews behind the Jews, really. Yeah. We're the heaps for hire. That's who we are, the heaps for hire. I will say this last year, too, I have looked at my phone way too much. I mean, your phone now tells you that. But I have looked at my phone way too much, and I get sucked into social media like nobody's business. I mean, Instagram, everyone's having more fun than I am. Twitter, everyone's saying funnier things than I am, but I've reached a new low because now I am scrolling through Venmo. Feeling bad about myself based on other people's banking transactions. That's Venmo FOMO. That is the lowest form of FOMO. But let me tell you something, the vaguer the description of what it is for, the more you feel left out. Because I'm just scrolling and then it's like Sarah paid Michelle and just wrote, shenanigans. I'm like, I know Sarah and Michelle. Where was I? You know? What are shenanigans? I don't even know. They sound amazing. Like, I've been part of a shebang and I like cardigans, but I don't know what's a shenanigan. Sounds expensive. Sounds like dangerous mischief. I don't understand why that page is there. It serves no purpose. It's just for bragging. I have never looked at an ATM machine and thought, this needs a social aspect. You know, it really does. I need to know if anyone recently has given Michaela $40 for 2 tacos and a rainbow. You know, I need to know. So now I live in Brooklyn, and yeah, I like it. Yeah, I know, lots of Brooklyn people. So, you know, neighborhood's great. However, 3 months ago, there was a shooting on our street. Nobody got hurt, but here's what happened. Someone came by in the middle of the night and shot 3 shots in 3 consecutive doorways. Boom, boom, boom. And just to give you an idea of the street, if they would have kept going, the next doorway would be a yoga studio. All right? So the yoga ladies went insane. They were like, this place has bad vibes! You know, they were mad. And then the real estate agents were like, how are we gonna sell these apartments for millions of dollars now? And then the families were like, is this a safe place for our children? And everyone wanted to know what the shooter looked like. That's all they cared about. They were like, what does the shooter look like? What do we know about this guy? Was he black? Was he white? Hispanic? What do we know about this guy? What does he look like? And then news came back that the shooter was a woman. Yeah. And the conversation totally changed. Oh yeah. Everyone was like, oh, did she get him? I mean, clearly he had it coming, but did she get him? The yoga ladies were on board. They were like, we will finish the job, you know, just whipping around their mats. The real estate agents were using it as marketing. They're like, the kind of street where a woman's in charge. Even the families were like, you know, you can stand up for yourself like that woman did. She was a hero. And the only thing they cared about how the woman shooter looked was if she looked satisfied. And then gossip in the neighborhood circulated again, and news came back that the woman shooter was a hired gun. She was hired to do the job. I know! That has got to be something that you get paid for over Venmo. Right?
So we had guinea pigs growing up, and we kept them in our garage, and in the hot Ohio summers, they absolutely died in there. And my sister reminded me, we named one of the pigs Brownie, which in retrospect is extra sad. She was out there straight bacon at $3.75. And my mom felt awful, okay? So she let us give him a proper burial in the backyard. And me and my sisters took those hard-bodied pigs, not like ripped, but like rigor mortis hard, and we buried him in the easiest place to dig. We put him right in the sandbox. And then a couple of neighborhood dogs came along, snarfed him right up. It was a tragedy all around. And I really feel like it could have been avoided if we just had a dad. I don't know what dads do, but I assume it's regulate the garage temp. They're always in there, tinkering around, planning their escape. No, my dad didn't escape as much as he was asked to leave. Escorted off the premises. Some of you know this about my dad. When I was little, he moved down to Orlando, Florida to become an actor, which is not where you go. He did land a few gigs. He was an extra in the television series of Swamp Thing. He was a truck driver in that, and that's it. And they took things into his own hands, started his own business, and now he's in the sign spinning biz. He calls it live roadside commercials or character directionals. He likes to devise a character and then present it to the cars. He's a leprechaun in front of this Irish pub called the Kerryman, for example, and the rest of his characters are available on his website. So we grew up, around a lot of costumes, like thrifting and going to Ray's Circus of Value and stuff. For example, like he loves a morph suit. You know what those are? It's like what Olympic speed skaters wear, but there's like no hole cut for your face. So you're just like in a single lycra suit, just one color, head to toe, no skin showing. He wears an orange one in front of the Orange Julius. It doesn't rain that often in Orlando, and he called me one time after a shift. He said there was a sudden downpour and I almost waterboarded myself. I was like, I couldn't breathe, it was stuck to my face, my fingers are covered, the zipper's on the back of my head, I nearly died. I was like, I had to get into the car, I was so embarrassed. I was like, it's only embarrassing when it's wet? Or
Jew is a fun word, huh? It's a weird word. It's a last name. Did you know that? I went to Jewish summer camp with a kid named Ben Jew. That's a real person. And Joey Matzah. Those are real people. I sound like an undercover Klansman trying to just make up stuff. I'm like, yeah, I went to Jew camp with Ben Jew and Joey Matzah and Dreidel Bagelstein. But here is what I think is weird about the word Jew. Typically, a slur takes a proper ethnic term and shortens it. Like, I can't list them, but you know them all. But Jew is already compact, right? So people get weird. They're like, am I allowed to say Jew? Is that okay? I'm like, yeah, Jew. Jew is fine. Jew is great. So long as it's a noun, right? I'm a Jew. You're a Jew. It's the adjectives and verbs that'll get you in trouble. Like, yeah, my Jew lawyer tried to Jew me out of $5,000. I'm like, whoa! No. My Jewish lawyer tried to jip me out of $5,000. See? It's better because it offends a smaller, less powerful group of people. That's a fun joke to tell. Because a lot of stuff has to go right? To even get the joke, you gotta know some stuff, some history, some etymology, and then to laugh, you have to be a bad person. So that sweet spot, just educated and amoral. That's the fan base I'm trying to cultivate.
No, I'm glad we're traveling again. A few years ago, I went to Bangkok. Almost didn't go. Saw a video on YouTube called The Scams of Bangkok. This dude was a little paranoid. He's like, if you go to a museum and you see someone smiling, total scam. If you go to a restaurant, they have noodles on the menu, your identity's just been stolen. If you show up at your hotel, there's a front desk, call Interpol. Classic flim-flam.
I was racist in grade 1. Yeah. I didn't mean to be racist. I don't know why I did this. My best friend was a kid named Rami Jahari. That's how he said his name. I don't know why I did this. I wasn't trying to be funny. I wasn't trying to be mean. I was just a 6-year-old kid. He was one of my best friends, but I'd call him over every recess. Rami! Okay, let's try this. Did I say anything? Nothing? Okay, I got some other ideas tomorrow. I'll see you at recess. I do that every day. Then I go to his house for lunch. You ever go to an Arabic person's house for lunch when you're 6? It's terrifying. Everything they say, they sound angry. His father would come in the room. Rama! Mitayaka sitayar makaratia! Okay. My dad would like to know if you'd like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch.
One night I was sitting around my apartment during the pandemic. One night, I mean, more than one, but that particular night, I decided to Google weird laws in Boulder, Colorado. Well, I had some time. And this is true, these are all really laws in Boulder. You cannot graze your llama on public land in Boulder, I swear that's true. And that bummed me out. I'm not gonna lie. I had to have a heart-to-heart talk with my llama. I'm like, I can't afford to feed you anymore. You're not allowed to graze on public lands, so you're free to go. Yeah? Oh, thanks, yeah. If you ever come across a llama wandering around Boulder, that's Bobby, you know? So maybe try to point him in the direction of some private land and let him... All right.
Taco Bell is amazing. You guys like Taco Bell? Yeah, that's a very polarizing restaurant. No one's ever on the fence about Taco Bell. You just say it and people are like, absolutely, or hard pass, which is a constipation joke, but also a firm no. I respect Taco Bell because they know what I just said. They know if you're going to eat there, you're going to eat there. You ever seen a commercial for Taco Bell? Never makes sense. Doesn't have to. Doesn't affect the bottom line. They'll put out a product that has the exact same ingredients as 6 other products on their current menu. They just change the name or shape of it and try to make you feel dumb when you call them out on it. They're like, you've never had this. This is seasoned steak, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, and sour cream encased in a flour tortilla. How does that sound? I mean, it sounds like a steak burrito. Well, it's not. One more time for the new guy. All right, a steak burrito. See it right here? It's rolled up. Big deal. This, guys, what we did here is we fold in the sides and we press it with a t-shirt iron. What is so hard to understand about the technology we've invested to make crunch wraps? That's it. They make up food names. Like, those things don't exist. There's no such thing as a crunch wrap. Their dessert menu's a joke. They just take other desserts you've heard of and change it a little bit. They're like, we're the only ones that have Cinnabon bites. Isn't that just a cut up Cinnabon? I mean, yeah, but we cut it up for you, okay? You could say gracias. My bad. Is there like a cool container you're gonna serve them to me in? No, man, it's just a drink cup. But we gave it a Slurpee lid so you could cut your fingers trying to get the ones off the bottom. So, de nada.
To catch prayer, if you want to feel worse about yourself, watch America's Got Talent. Great way to make yourself feel like a useless piece of garbage. Because the things people do on America's Got Talent are just so insanely impressive. And then they also have these crazy backstories of adversity that make it even more impressive. Someone will go up and be like, hi, everyone, my name's Connor. I'm 14 years old. I was born with a very rare eye disease that has rendered me almost completely blind. At the age of 2, I started juggling butcher knives. Which has been tough because of, the blindness. Now I perform and panhandle on street corners to help support my paralyzed single mother. I'm watching, like, yeah, well, I just made an omelet all by myself. Very humbling show to watch. And I can tell the things that people do on America's Got Talent are like insanely impressive, but it's too impressive for like the average viewer to like emotionally connect to, and that's what you want, Like, I just think, like, someone will go up there and be like, hi, judges, for my performance today, I'm going to be solving 30 Rubik's Cubes in 5 seconds while on fire. Or, like, do something crazy. I think you just say something more relatable. I want to see someone go on stage and be like, hi, judges, for my performance today, I will be assembling this IKEA wardrobe without saying the F word. I'd be like, what? No chance. How's he going to do that?
I want to see a Casablanca that's made today. Whoever plays the part of Rick is there up all night, drowning their sorrows, and he's like, of all the safe spaces in all the world, she or they had to wander into my nonprofit. That's right, it's a CBD cigarette. I'll have as much of it as I want and it won't hurt my lungs. Give me another White Claw. I can drink White Claws all night. Play it again, Shazam. You played it for her or them, you can play it for me, Shazam. Thank you.
I like the Zodiacs, but I think some of them, they sound quite offensive in the Western context. Like, I remember when my dad was introducing, like, our family to other people, and he'd tell other people our zodiacs. It sounds so rude. He'd be like, my wife's a pig. My daughter's a dog. And my son's a rat, you know. Anyway, they're all born in the year of the horse, so... It was meant to be a good year, the year of the tiger. It was meant to be a hot one. It was not off to a good start for me. Off to a terrible start, actually. First day of the year of the tiger, I walked back into my house and I caught my housemate washing her dog with my shampoo. I couldn't believe it. It was this relaxing chamomile stuff. It was good stuff. It was expensive. Like, it's the best one at the 7-Eleven. And on the side of the label it was like, vegan, organic, no animal testing. I had to call them up. I'm like, it's been tested.
I like being married. Being married's fun. Me and my husband have a lot of fun together. I will say, I don't know if you can tell by the shape of my body, but I'm Irish Catholic. Is that registered? If you don't know what that means, if you ever walked past a white woman and you're like, no way I could push her over, you know, that's us. That's sort of like a sturdy bunch. The stereotypes about Irish Catholic people are we drink and we fight. And I'm going to be honest, those are my big two. Okay, those are my two favorite things. And my husband hates the fight, hates it. And I will admit, sometimes I get a little overzealous. Like my husband watches all of these classic rock documentaries. I don't know if there's any other white guys here tonight. Huh? Any white guys? Woo, don't woo, not in this climate. Okay. Every single one of these classic rock documentaries, they're horrible to women. I don't know if you've ever seen any. Every single one, they're like, chick got pregnant, so we left her at a truck stop. Rock and roll, baby. And it makes me so angry. And recently, I walk in our bedroom. He's watching this classic rock documentary. Huge performance scene. Full band, one single woman on stage. And she was holding this little guitar. Okay, I know. This set me off. I was like, oh, the woman's gotta hold the little guitar. She got a little guitar with the little woman arms. Huh? She can't hold a big guitar like you big strong man. She got a little guitar. I'll never forget. He goes, honey, that's a violin. I go, oh, you're gonna mansplain me violins now. Unbelievable.
I was walking around my neighborhood, walked past a Girl Scout selling cookies at a table with her mom next door. I walked close to the table. I saw the Girl Scout was signing autographs for people. So I was like, oh, you a movie star? Her mom's like, her picture's on the box. I looked down at the box. Her picture was on the box. I'd never seen this before. I freaked out. Then I got a little competitive. I was like, well, the only reason I ask is I'm actually a movie star. I don't know what movies you've seen at your young age, little Janie, but I bet you saw one called Pootie Tang. You remember the guy in the car? You're talking to him. What about The Wrestler? Did you see that one, little Janie? Yeah. I got to go to the Venice Film Festival for the premiere, huh? I mean, they made me pay my own way, but when I got there, they let me watch a movie. Yeah, $3,300 flight. $700 for a tux, yeah. Anyway, give me a box of Samoas, make it out to Todd.
Trying to be a dad. I hope we have a girl. I want a girl for the cookies. If we're being honest, Girl Scouts have the best cookies, okay? They raise $800 million a year for charity. They have a cookie called the Samoa that's so good it doesn't offend the Samoans. And not to make friends or enemies out of anyone here, but Boy Scouts sell popcorn. They sell popcorn for like $26 a bag. Girl Scouts sell cookies for like $5 a box. So besides proving that a wage gap exists, I'm not sure what they're doing with the popcorn.
Am I the only one who thought the words to La Bamba were ba-da-da-da, La Bamba? Talk about being rocked to your very foundation. I was at a bar, I was watching a football game. Turns out the other half of the bar is karaoke. Somebody decides to sing La Bamba. We all make decisions in life. I glance up at the screen to do a lyric check. more for Soy Capitan than anything, but I notice where I expect to see ba-da-da-da, which is what I've been singing my entire life, I see a Spanish phrase, para bailar. I immediately say, people, they've got the wrong words up here. We all know it's ba-da-da-da. But I was mistaken. It is, in fact, para bailar, which means, Spanish speakers, to dance. Yes, in order to dance. That's what I discovered. You know what ba-da-da-da means? Same thing. Much easier to pronounce. I was so upset. I felt betrayed because I know I've sung that in the presence of Spanish speakers. Nobody ever corrected me. I'm out there putting it all on the line like ba-da-da-da-la-bamba, ba-da-da-da-la-bamba. They're like, ba-da-da-da, what the hell is this guy singing? I don't think that means anything in any language.
You know, mothers are truly incredible. She's on top of everything before it's ever a problem. She told me this. She's like, I got this app. I want to be ready when our boys start using a computer. I'm like, they're 9 months old and 3 years old. Do we need this? She's like, we need this. She's like, this app will let us know any website they visit, even if they delete something in their search history. I'm like, do we need this? She pushes a button, up pops up a bunch of adult sites, recently visited on her home computer. And my wife was mad, very mad. And I was like, let me talk to them. These kids are disgusting.
I miss sarcasm. I feel like people on the East Coast are a lot more sarcastic than they are around here. You guys have a good sense of humor, but it's not the same. I look for it in people. I remember when we were moving out of our last apartment into our new apartment, my wife goes to the movers, which are just 3 giant Russian guys. She goes, we need to be out of this place and into our new place in 3 hours. Could we do that? What do you think about that? That's how much money we have. And one of the Russian guys goes to the other Russian guy. He goes, 3 hours. Maybe if magic happens. And I was like, good. That is good. I love knowing that guy has maybe 6 phrases in his back pocket to survive in a new country. And one of them is, maybe if a magic were to happen.
I wrote a joke a long time ago to try to shame myself into getting better shape, and it didn't take. I look exactly the same. I feel like I look okay from the front. I still feel good about my front profile look. Not as happy with the side. And for a long time, I didn't know what I looked like from the side. And then somebody took a picture of me when I was not wearing a shirt, or sucking in my gut, or aware that cameras were present. And that was a real eye-opener. That's when I realized that from the front, I look like a dude who lifts weights. From the side, I look like a dude who shouldn't, because it's probably bad for the baby. It's a little rough in the middle. Part of the problem is I do work out, but I don't work out very hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like to go to hardcore gyms. I'm never gonna be a CrossFit guy. I'm more of a YMCA guy. 'Cause I feel good about myself there. Right? I'm a realist. A lot of happiness in life has to do with putting yourself in favorable matchup situations. If I go to Gold's Gym or somewhere, I'm average at best. Right? YMCA, I dominate. My favorite gym I've ever worked out at was this old YMCA in Santa Monica, California. Nothing had been renovated there for probably 40 years, including most of the other members. It was like a nursing home gym. Those seniors respected my feats of strength. And they came from a classier generation that's quick to compliment, and I like all of that very, very much. Like a random ego stroke. One time I was doing the tricep press down, and this little old lady, Connie, was patiently waiting her turn like a decent person. And then when she went to use the machine, she forgot to move the pin to a lighter weight, and she just kind of struggled for quite some time. And then she figured out what happened, and she turned to me and she goes, my goodness, you just lifted that. Well, aren't you strong? I couldn't even move it. And I thought that was adorable. I also thought, of course you couldn't move it, Connie. Look at yourself. Like 90 pounds, old bird bones, paper mache. Are you kidding me, Con? I'm pre-gaming on creatine, whey protein shakes. You look like you're getting ready on hard candy and formaldehyde. Why don't you look at that fan, Connie? Look at it. I turn that fan to high, you're stuck to that wall. This is my gym, Connie! Part of the problem, it's not being in great shape, is my nutrition program. It's not great. I live in a house full of a lot of mixed nutritional signals. My wife, she says she wants me to eat better, my wife Lindsay, but I don't necessarily believe it. Because her actions don't go along with her words. She'll say she wants me to eat healthier, but then she bakes me delicious treats. Because she loves me through food. I think it's competing instincts inside of her. Part of her does want me to, eat really well so I can live a long time and she doesn't have to die alone. But another part of her wants to fatten me up just enough so that no other woman will ever want me. Because that makes her feel secure and safe. But she'll do this ridiculous thing where she'll make my favorite treat. Like she'll make me chocolate chip cookies with like little walnut chunks, and then I'll start to eat them and she'll be like, Dan, what are you doing? How many of those are you going to have today? I was going for all of them. I'm sorry, I thought these were delicious cookies. I didn't realize you had baked me shame biscuits and guilt wafers.
I'll tell you a bit about myself to get us acquainted. I think of myself as a self-made man. That's my thing, right? By that I mean I left home at 18 with nothing but the shirt on my back and every conceivable privilege. Still got them. White, male, middle class, and if they invent any more, I dare say I shall have them too. Oh, that's great. I'm very lucky. I own a house. You can't... Thank you. Yeah, it's hard saying that to people in their 20s. You can watch their dreams die in real time. It's not fair. I say I own a house. My wife owns a house. I own a wife. So that's good. Lived in London, the sprawling metropolis that is London, for the last 15 years. And then 5 years ago, I moved to the hipster capital of Britain, Bristol, as the result of losing an argument about starting a family. I left the city I love to be with the woman I like. And she hates that joke, and she's absolutely right to. We now live in Bristol, up a hill, in a creative community full of wankers. It's not a gated community. It is quite a steep hill. And everyone, if you like that, you're going to enjoy the rest of the show. This is going to be fun. Let's relax. Everyone, when I say it's creative, it's like everyone on our street has an arty job, right? So we've got comedian, we've got a DJ, a videographer, a dancer, a musician, and one architect to give the rest of us a sense of perspective. Like, sure you're artistic, but if you tried. And I've got to tell you, the area is gentrifying really nicely in a way that I am absolutely responsible for. When I first moved there, brunch on a Sunday was £8. Now it's £13.50. You're welcome. That's me. I did that. And if anything, it's too comfortable. It's a really comfortable place to live. So I'll give you an example. We take the children, local kids, we take them on, my own children. I've said local kids there as if we're some sort of Pied Piper couple. We're like, come children, let's go on a walk. No, not at all. We have two fabulous children, lovely, lovely little boy, and the girl one's good too. And we, I've known him longer. We go on walks and we go to the forest, right? The forest is technically a cemetery, but there's no point getting into that at this stage. And what we've noticed is such is the nature of our groovy, creative community that someone from the community has been sneaking into the forest and nailing lots of little 4-inch high doors to the bases of the tree trunks. Have you seen anything like this? Little fairy doors, right? You've seen them. So it's all twee and it's all sweet and the children come along and have an important cultural experience and go, oh, this must be where the fairies live. Not my son. My son's like, well, they're out, but there we are. And that's why they do it. But the problem is, we're such a bunch of wankers that all of the couples have gone home and go, have you seen it? Have you seen the forest? I can't whittle. I can't carve. How will we contribute? And so what they've done is everyone's gone back and added little embellishments. They've put little accoutrement in the... That's a fun word, isn't it? Accoutrement. They've put like a little rocking chair in the front garden. Someone's cut up a doormat into inch squares and put little fairy doormats for the fairies to wipe their little booties on. Someone's got a lolly stick and 2 bits of string and made a little swing on a nearby branch. It's twee as hell, and it's my duty to disrupt it. So what I've done is I went to a doll's house furniture shop and bought a load of white goods, like fridge freezers, microwave ovens, and I just left them outside in the fairies' front gardens to rust. Get a Scalextric car, set fire to it, leave it smoking on its edge outside. Bring the area into disrepute, you know, some miniature police tape here, some tiny crack pipes there. And what I did last night, I snuck in, I put a tiny white tent in one of the front gardens. Yeah, so it looks like there's been a murder. Take my son through it earlier today. Yeah, I think the cat got him. Ooh, nasty. It's not true, of course. I haven't done that. What I've done is I've decided to take it far too far in the opposite direction. So what I've done is I got on Etsy.com and I bought a job lot of about 200 of these fairy doors. And night after night, I've been sneaking in, adding more and more fairy doors, right? More doors, everywhere you can look, every inch plastered with doors, up trees, up branches, doors, 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 until the area is completely oversubscribed, right? Doors everywhere. And so many doors, eventually the fairies, they're going to need somewhere to get their coffee, aren't they? So a little artisanal coffee shop there, maybe a vegan upholsterers over here. Doors, 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 doors. And then at the very end, what I'm going to do tomorrow is sneak in with an armful of tiny little estate agent signs, start sticking them everywhere, as all of the local fairies are priced out of the area by these fluttering iridescent wankers from London. That's the plan. That's the plan.
I play a lot of cops on TV. I don't know why. Because if I was a cop in real life, I'd call for backup for no reason. I would.
This is Car 54. I need some backup because I'm feeling kind of vulnerable. Send the canine unit. I like to pet the dog. It soothes me. It's a code 1. 1 is the loneliest number. Code 1.
I'm friends with a lot of New York City cops, so I do a bunch of ride-alongs. I was in the car the other day with my friend Tommy the cop. Yeah, he gets a call. He's like, all right, we'll respond. Rolls his eyes. I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, Jesus is on 14th Street. What? Yeah, you want to meet Jesus? I'm like,
Tommy, I don't think I'm ready. I heard he was coming back. I didn't know it was on the subway.
So we get there. There's a guy, long hair, no shirt, thinks he's Jesus. Tommy goes up and says, Jesus? And Jesus says, yes. He's like, there are so many lost souls in the subway. I am but a man and can't lead them. Can you please go down there and show them the one true path? And Jesus went, bless you. And went into the subway. Tommy gets back in the car. I go, what happened? He's like, psh, now he's the transit cop's problem. You want to eat? I think what you got to do, you got to make a choice. Just be comfortable with your choice, and whatever comes, comes. Like, you got to ignore all the haters. You got to be who you are. That's why I really admire my friend Eddie. He's figured out who he is, and he don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. He doesn't. He's a drag queen. Yeah, he's 6'2", 240. Oh, Eddie's a big girl. Yeah, Eddie shops at the barn. Yeah. So we had to go to this party together. So down the village, I met him on the street. We said hello. He turns around, and I noticed everybody was looking at us. That's when it dawned on me. This is the first time I was ever out with Eddie in public, just the two of us when he's all dolled up. And he turned around. He saw my face. He was like, hey, man, you embarrassed to be seen with me? And I had to look my friend in the eye, and I had to tell him, look, Eddie, you're my pal, and I love you very much, but you're very hairy, and you're wearing a backless dress. I don't care if you dress like a woman, but please, be a lady, okay? It's summertime, you're starting to sweat. From the front, you're queen for a day. From the back, it's gorillas in the mist, all right? And we're gonna walk into this party together, and as soon as you turn around, that's when all the whispering is gonna start, like, I see Han Solo and Chewbacca have arrived. And for the rest of the evening, people are gonna think I'm a Wookiee, all right? That's what they're gonna say, Eddie. The little one's a Wookiee f***er. I didn't want to be judged. Look, I don't care if people think I'm gay. I care if people think I have no taste. That I will not tolerate. Please. Like if I was gay, I'd be dating Eddie, that big hairy mess. You should see the guys I could get if I jumped the fence. All right, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. You know what I mean. Yeah, you gotta be who and what you are. You can't live up to what idea you have in your mind. That was my problem. I always wanted to be like my dad, and I couldn't because my dad was this physically big, imposing figure, and I love my dad, but I was getting bullied once when I was a kid, and I couldn't tell my father. It was going on for a while. So we're on a playground, we're in this fight, and I realized, ain't no one coming to save my ass. So I grabbed the garbage can, I came up and I caught the kid under the chin. Yeah, he went back. Next thing I know, we're in the principal's office. I'm terrified because they called my father. I'm looking out the window. There's a sign on the chain link fence. It said, no parking, teachers only. My father parked the truck right in front of that sign. He never came into the office. He just filled up the doorway, and he gave me the look. My father had a look. Not only did you know you were in trouble, but all the plants would die. Principal said, Mr. Farrar, your son's been involved in a fight with this boy. It's been going on for quite a while, but today your son picked up a garbage can and hit him under the chin. My father gave me the look. He looked at the kid. He looked at the principal. He said, well, if I was you two guys, I'd stay the hell out of his way. Walked out the door. The principal didn't know what to do. The principal's like, this isn't over, Mr. Ferrara. And from down the hall, we heard, yeah, it is. And inside, I was like, yes! My father just stood up for me in front of an adult. But outside, I was trying to play it all cool. And I didn't know what to do with all the energy, so I peed a little bit. It wasn't a lot. So, you know, like when your dog is happy to see you, like, oh, you're back! I never know how long you're gonna...
Oh, I'm sorry. That was an accident. It's admiration pee. It's a good thing.
So that night at dinner, I got an envelope in my hand. I'm like, Pop, about today, they suspended me. He didn't look up from the plate. He just went, you go to school tomorrow. You go to school tomorrow. If the principal's got a problem, you tell him to call me.
Okay.
I went to school, nobody would look at me. Nobody would make eye contact with me. I heard the kids behind me whispering like, that's the kid that hit the kid with the garbage can. I heard he peed in the principal's office. I turned the corner and the principal saw me. He said, Mr. Ferrara, what are you doing here?
I'm just as shocked as you. I realize the awkwardness of this situation, but my father told me that I have to attend school. Now, he has instructed me to tell you if there's a problem, you should call him. I would not recommend it. But my job is done.
Because when you tell people you're a comedian, they tell you jokes, and that's the worst. That's just the worst. But sometimes I forget. Like the other day, I was out in public, and I was wearing a shirt from Comedy Works, my home club downtown. Comedy Works, just wearing it on my chest. That's an invitation to talk to me about stand-up comedy. That'd be like a doctor wearing a lab coat on a bus. You're gonna get a lot of creeps coming up to you and showing you moles, you know what I mean? But I wasn't thinking. I was just out there getting dinner for my family. I'm wearing a Comedy Works shirt, just in line at Noodles and Company. And I could see the kid working the register clock my shirt. He was a 26-year-old, a guy who needs man therapy. He's a man therapy. Like if a flip-flop could work a register. That was this dude. He sees me, and he goes, aha, Comedy Works. You a comedian? I go, oh, no, I was shirtless and cold and found this at Goodwill. What is comedy? He goes, no. You can't fool me. You're a comedian. I got one for you, dude. I was like, he goes, what's the difference between an anal and oral thermometer? And I just stared straight at the ground. I was like, if you don't respond, this will go away. Just don't say anything. This will end. And he goes, difference between an anal and oral thermometer? The taste. I said, I'll have the quattro formaggio tortellini. He goes, Comedy Works, huh? You know, my roommate, he's on the new talent night at Comedy Works. He's kicking butt. I'll tell you that, dude. He's got a different lady in his room every night of the week. You know what I'm talking about, dude? Two kids, mac and cheeses. Large Caesar salad for the missus. He goes, here's another one for you. I go, he goes, why is that Easter bunny always hiding out those eggs? Again, I didn't say a word, didn't engage. And he just goes, because he doesn't want anybody to know he's been all those chickens. I said, I was recently reading Viktor Frankl's Holocaust memoir about his time in Auschwitz. And he said that the trick is to try to find meaning in the suffering. And the kid goes, that's real. He goes, you ever wish that asteroid that took out the dinosaurs would hurry up and take us out too? I said, dude, every day of my life. And he goes, I don't know why I tell these stupid jokes. I just think I hate this job. I'm kind of lost in the world. It helps the time pass. I go, yeah, that's real, dude. I don't know why I told you I'm not a comedian. I am a comedian. Just every time I tell people that, they tell me jokes and then they act like I should be impressed. They didn't write that joke. They heard that joke. I wrote my joke. And I just don't want to get into it. And he's like, you're a comedian? I go, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm a comedian. He goes, what's your name? I think I'd like your stuff. I said, my name's Joe Rogan. And I think you would love my stuff.
But look, I've been told the internet has no attention span, so we gotta get rolling, all right. Oh, it's so nice to see smiling faces. You know, for a while we didn't know if that was gonna be possible. Now, I'm not saying I enjoyed wearing a mask during that time, but I think if there's one thing we can all agree on is that in America as a whole, we were more attractive with the masks on. I mean, that can't be disputed at this point. If we're gonna have body positivity, I think we need some facial honesty. You know, just... Most of America, from here on up, it's like a beautiful glow. Here on down, it is Quasimodo. It is... And it was always the ugliest people who complained about the masks. Always. It's, oh, this stupid face diaper's covering up my freedom. I'm like, yeah, but it's also covering up your shoddy dental work, so... Whatever, these colors don't bleed. Well, your gums do. You don't want COVID and gingivitis, relax. But everyone's so angry, that's the problem. No one appreciates insults anymore. Insults are fun. One of my favorite insults that I've ever received was about 6 months ago. I got done with a show, and this guy approached me, and the best way I can describe him is, he looked like his only possible occupation is seaboat captain. Like, he had a long, thick, scraggly beard, just full of regrets and secrets, you know, just... He looked like he knew what I did last summer, if that makes sense. Didn't say hello, just walked up to me and said, I like you. I said, thank you, sir. He said, what's your name? I said, Johnny LaQuasto. And then he thought for a couple of seconds and then said, if I think of a better name, I'll let you know, and walked away. just dropped the insult and disappeared into the mist of maritime past, you know, just... I feel like that guy just does that on the regular, just walks up and ruins people's day for fun. Just total strangers like, oh, so that's your face, huh? Well, you win some, you lose some. Off I go to go find the locker of Davy Jones or whatever he does. People are so entertaining. Last week at the gym, I was on the treadmill and the lady hopped on the treadmill next to me. She starts flipping channels and she lands on a replay of the Westminster Dog Show and leaves it. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see her talking at me. I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, you know what I hate about this dog show? I'm like, you put it on. I don't know. She's like, what I hate about this dog show is never in the history of this dog show has a Dalmatian ever won. And I was like, well, you must have 101 reasons to be angry about that. Which would explain the silver streak and the mink coat. So you need to get off the treadmill. You got puppies to catch, lady, you know? It's been a very interesting couple of years for all of us. I'll try to sum my life up for you real quick. It's been a bit of a 180. 4 years ago, I moved across the country as a single man to work my dream job as a broadcaster with WWE, right? I lost it. So, but about a year ago, I moved back across the country without the job, but with the woman I love, her 3 children, her 4 rescue cats, her rescue dog, with the kids being age 17, 15, and 11, with the 2 oldest being girls. So what I'm trying to say is the pandemic affected us all differently. Some people picked up COVID. I picked up a family. In either situation, very difficult to breathe. I'm not gonna lie. How do I start every day? Some nice hot coffee with a dash of stepdad anxiety. That's what I got. It is potent. You're not my real dad? No, but you're gonna give me a real stroke. So let's just... just try to meet me halfway here. And people love putting labels on everything. Someone recently called us a modern blended family, which I found out just means I am white and they're not. That's all that means. Yeah, it turns out a blended family is just when you see a family in public and you look at the kids and then look at the parents and say, no f***ing way, dude. One of those parents showed up way late to this scenario. And that dad needs to get some sun, because woof. I am so pale compared to the rest of my family. In our family photos, I just look like the apparition of a tourist at Disney. I'm like, hey! Who wants to go on Space Mountain? Because we look nothing alike. You know, I look like me, and my wife and children are from Saudi Arabia, you know? Yeah, which is beautiful. It also means I don't speak their native language, which means now I spend my entire life trying to figure out if they're talking shit about me in Arabic. That's pretty much, you know? Yeah. Every day I see them talking back and forth, and they look at me and start laughing. I'm like, hold on a second. Say that shit one more time into my Google Translate, please. It's embarrassing. I'm learning Arabic 1 word at a time. So slow. Like when I do actually use a word correctly, they just applaud me like I'm a dog doing a trick for a sausage. It's... But having an Arab wife is pretty awesome because I don't have a boring nickname like Babe. Nah. My nickname is Habibi. Right. Yeah, you weren't expecting to see a Habibi in this bitch tonight, were you? I love being a Habibi. Just sounds like I should have chest hair flowing out of my unbuttoned shirt. Whoa. And I know what kind of mood my wife is in, depending on how she says Habibi. If she's happy, she goes, Habibi. If she's pissed at me, she says, white person. I'm like, And then she piles it on like, you big nose, whitey, American. We have fun together. We do. We have a lot of fun. But I do get a lot of questions, you know. The most common question I deal with, as if it's really any different, people like to say, oh, so what's it like having a wife from Saudi Arabia? As if I'm gonna say something like, well, you know, there's always shoes flying everywhere, but the oil money's good. Like, what am I? Yeah, like, what am I supposed to say? She's a woman. She complains. I mean, you know. The only difference is half the time I don't understand what she's complaining about. But she's a very passionate woman. I love that, you know? Like they say, Latina women are excitable. Well, Arab women are explosive. No pun intended. You know, this, yeah. She's very passionate. But she'll contradict herself sometimes. One moment she'll say something like, I love where I'm from, I love my people, and I love my culture. And 5 minutes later, she's like, I don't trust any Arabs. I'm like, what the? Is that a warning or a strategy for life? I don't really understand. But very passionate, you know. What I love about Arab women is they don't put up with bullshit. You disrespect them one time, they're done with you. We had to deal with our first horrible soccer mom for our little 6th grader, right? He was in a little soccer tournament, and I had no idea. Before this whole thing happened, I thought the whole condescending soccer mom was not real. But no, these are out there. With their clever coffee sweaters and pretending that the PTA actually does some shit, you know, just... You know it's true. No one pays attention to what the PTA does. But her son made our son cry. I told her about it. Then she went to every other set of parents and told them not to talk to us. Didn't bother me because I don't want to talk to these assholes anyway. But it hurt my wife to her core. And she was almost in tears. She was like, I want to go fight her. And I was like, ooh. I'm like, babe, relax. Remember, we're pacifists. She goes, what is a pacifist? I said, a pacifist means we don't believe in violence to solve our problems. And that's when she says, you're a pacifist, I am a slapping fist. And she just... Yeah. And then she looked towards the woman and said, you come here, you bittel kelp. And she started... Which I don't know, I think that means someone's about to get their ass kicked, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, you influence each other when you're in a relationship, you know? Like, our parenting styles were completely different. Like, when we all started living together, I told her, I was like, hey, we never need to yell at the kids. All we gotta do is talk to them, and we'll see eye to eye, and everything will be chill. Holy shit, was that stupid? Within a couple of months of living together, I was yelling as loud as she was, except I was yelling the same words. I didn't know what I was saying. I just followed her lead. I was like, Uksambala. If you don't move your ass, you hayawan, you jesma, you bagara. And that shit works. All of a sudden, I enjoyed being a Saudi stepdad, man. I felt powerful. Well, you do influence each other when you're married, you know? Like, she's been saying, I'm becoming much more patient as a person. I say I've lost my willpower. Tomato, tomato. She made me take the 5 love languages test. All right. I didn't write it, all right? I'd never heard of it before that, but yeah, it turns out her love languages are quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. And my love languages were silence, alone time, and being emotionally unavailable. And that's when she said, those aren't in the 5 love languages. And I was like, well, they might be top 10. We don't know. So until volume 2 comes out, I'm gonna hold off on working on myself. So let's just... And once you're with someone for a long time, like, you don't go to bed at the same time every night, you know? Every now and then you go to bed way later than your partner. That happened recently where, like, she was long passed out, and I got into bed, I just leaned over, I gave her a little kiss on the forehead, right? And in her sleep, she giggled with such joy and love that I knew in that moment she was not dreaming about me. Has that ever happened to anyone? In that moment, you want to wake them up so they can open their eyes and be like, oh, you again, oh. Because I think dreams like that are worse than nightmares, you know? Because at least with a nightmare, you're scared in your sleep. You wake up, oh my God, I'm so relieved. You're having the greatest dream of all time, and you wake up, you're like, oh, my life again, son of a... And our daughters are hilarious. The 16-year-old got me with a zinger the other day. She asked me, she's like, well, hey, why do you guys sleep with a fan on at night? And I told her, I'm like, look, I don't like sleeping in silence. I struggle with that, so I turn the fan on high, and I get to sleep with some white noise. And she goes, white noise? I just thought white noise was anytime you gave your opinion on something. She has no idea she wrote the best joke in my whole special. And I don't necessarily recommend planning a wedding nowadays because I don't know if you know this, wedding venues want to take every last penny that you have. So by the time you do get married, you're already ready for divorce. That's pretty much... I had no idea what the cost was. I was acting like a baller before we started pricing everything. I was like, man, we're inviting everyone we know. We're getting 2 DJs. We're going to blow this wedding out. And then I saw the prices, and I was like, well, you know, it's really about our love at the end of the day. And our love doesn't require an open bar. So let's just do BYOC, bring your own Chipotle. After we looked at our 8th venue, my wife just looked up at me. She's like, well, where do you see us getting married? I was like, the courthouse. That's, you know. This one place tried to quote us $18,000 just for a taco bar. And with a smile on her face, she looked at me and said, would you like to know what comes with the taco bar? I said, unless you say a compass and a treasure map, then no, all right? And then we found our own caterer, right? Beautiful Middle Eastern shawarma presentation, the whole thing. And they said, oh, you could bring your own caterer in, but we charge you $7,000 to bring the caterer in. And I said, all right, well, do you have a Middle Eastern caterer on staff? And they said, word for word, no, but we do have Italian with a Mediterranean flair. So are you putting hummus on spaghetti? What does that even mean? And then I got hot. I was like, by the way, Mediterranean, I'll have you know that all Mediterranean food was actually stolen from the Middle East. And I know that to be true because my wife about it all the time. And I've learned not to question her about anything. So unless your caterer can whip up some Adana kebab, some shish kebab, some tabbouleh, some kanafa, and some baklava, then arrivederci, masalam, let's go, Habibti. And we stormed out of there.